Once upon a time, there was a mighty angel named Lucifer who lived in the heavenly realms before his rebellion. He was exalted and honored, second only to God's dear Son in all of heaven. His countenance, like those of the other angels, was mild and filled with happiness. His forehead was high and broad, a reflection of his powerful intellect, and his form was perfect, noble and majestic in every way. A special light shone from him, brighter and more beautiful than that which surrounded any of the other angels. Yet despite his beauty and brilliance, Christ, God's Son, held the highest place in heaven, and Lucifer could not bear it. One day, the great Creator gathered the heavenly host to confer special honor upon his Son. The Son was seated on the throne beside the Father, and the angels stood gathered around them in awe. The Father proclaimed that Christ, his Son, was equal with himself. Wherever Christ was, it would be as if the Father himself were there, and the word of the Son was to be obeyed as readily as the word of the Father. Lucifer, however, was filled with envy and jealousy. He bowed along with the other angels, acknowledging Christ's supremacy outwardly, but inside, his heart seethed with resentment. Christ had been given the privilege of knowing the Father's secret plans for creation. While Lucifer was kept in the dark, Christ's authority, equal to that of the Father, troubled Lucifer deeply. Though Lucifer had been highly exalted, honored by the angels, and entrusted with a special mission, he could not accept that Christ had been honored above him. He gloried in his own loftiness, basking in the light and admiration of the heavenly host. The angels obeyed his commands eagerly, and he felt superior to all. Why, then, should Christ be given such honor? Filled with dissatisfaction and envy, Lucifer left the presence of the Father and gathered the angelic host. With his usual charm, he concealed his true intentions, presenting himself as one who had been wronged. He spoke of how God had favored Christ above all, how the angels' liberty was now threatened by the rule of Christ. He declared that from now on he would no longer bow to Christ, and that he would take the honor and authority that rightfully belonged to him. He promised those who followed him a new and better government, one where they would enjoy true freedom. Many of the loyal angels sought to reason with Lucifer. They spoke of the honor he had already received, explaining that Christ's special honor did not diminish his own. They reminded Lucifer that Christ, as the Son of God, had always been equal to the Father, and that his authority was just and loving. The angels wept, pleading with Lucifer to abandon his rebellion and submit to the will of the Creator, for all had once been peace and harmony in heaven. But Lucifer refused to listen. He turned from the loyal angels, calling them slaves, and continued to rally support for his cause. As more angels joined his rebellion, Lucifer's confidence grew. He believed that he could overthrow Christ and become the supreme ruler of heaven, equal to God himself. But the loyal angels warned him that this would only lead to destruction. They urged him and his followers to repent, to seek God's forgiveness and return to his favor. Lucifer, however, was unyielding. He declared that he and his followers had gone too far to turn back. If they submitted to Christ, they would lose their honor and their power. He insisted that they must seize the authority that was denied them, even if it meant defying God himself. And so Lucifer, once known as the light-bearer and a sharer of God's glory, became Satan the adversary through his rebellion. The loyal angels, disturbed by the growing discontent, hurried to inform the Son of God about the rebellion. The Father was already in conference with his Son, preparing a course of action. Though the Creator had the power to cast Lucifer out of heaven immediately, he chose not to do so. Instead, he allowed Lucifer and his followers to choose their sides and face the consequences of their rebellion. Every angel would reveal their true allegiance. This great conflict, in which every angel would make their choice, would not only determine the fate of Lucifer and his followers, but would also reveal God's justice and judgment to the entire heavenly host. The Creator knew that allowing this rebellion to unfold would manifest the truth for all to see, and that only by this process could the full measure of justice be carried out.